What's up, guys? This is Dave from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Saturday, September 7th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. Okay, guys, we have an exciting MLB slate today. Let's dive into the pitcher position first. So I like Logan Gilbert. He's got a dash rank of 100 and is pitching against the 21st worst batting team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Logan Gilbert throws his best ball to righty batters, and he is facing 5 righties today. His overall OPS is 0.680, which is pretty solid, and he's given up 0 hits to this team in no appearances yet. So I like Logan Gilbert here versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Now let's head over to the catcher position. I like William Contreras from the Milwaukee Brewers. He's in a favorable matchup batting against a super low salary pitcher from the Colorado Rockies, and he's batting 1.106 OPS versus lefty pitchers. Contreras also has a monstrous 49% total batting advantage today. Although he hasn't got any hits in the last few games, his potential against a weak pitcher makes him a strong candidate. So I like William Contreras here versus the Colorado Rockies. Switching gears to the first base position. I have my eyes on Freddie Freeman from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He has a fantastic matchup today against the Cleveland Guardians. Freeman has been outstanding with a batting average of .288 and a career OPS of 1.667 against this pitcher, including 2 hits in just 3 at-bats. He's got a dash rank of 71 and should be only about 3% owned, making him a bit of a sleeper pick. So I like Freddie Freeman here versus the Cleveland Guardians. Next, let's check out the second base position. Take a look at Brandon Drury from the Los Angeles Angels. He's facing a middle-of-the-pack pitcher from Texas, boasting a 2% batting advantage. While Drury has a relatively low batting average at .168 for the season, he offers good value at $2,700 DraftKings salary, having scored 8, 3, and 3 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Brandon Drury here versus the Texas Rangers. For third base, I'm rolling with Rafael Devers from the Boston Red Sox. He has a 16% ownership currently and a favorable 10% total batting advantage against the Chicago White Sox pitcher. Devers has a respectable .279 batting average for the season and a solid 1.100 OPS versus this particular pitcher. He should make a great addition to any lineup. So I like Rafael Devers here versus the Chicago White Sox. Let's look at the shortstop position now. Bobby Witt Jr. from the Kansas City Royals offers solid value. He's facing a decent pitcher from the Minnesota Twins, but has a 700% total batting advantage today. Witt is batting .337 for the season with an OPS of 1.562 against this pitcher. He scored 2, 5, and 8 fantasy points in his last 3 games, showing consistent performance. So I like Bobby Witt Jr. here versus the Minnesota Twins. Moving on to the outfield position, a standout pick is Shohei Ohtani from the Los Angeles Dodgers, facing the Cleveland Guardians. Ohtani has been phenomenal, with a batting average of .291 and a 1.138 OPS versus righties. His dash rank is a perfect 100, and he has a total batting advantage of 52%. He's only 10% owned, so there's some sleeper value here. So I like Shohei Ohtani here versus the Cleveland Guardians. Before I continue with the picks, remember you can try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself by clicking the link in the description of this video. Okay, back to the picks. Okay, for value players at the pitcher position, consider Gavin Williams from the Cleveland Guardians. Although he's facing a tough batting team in the Dodgers, he has a decent dash rank of 68, and he averages 15 fantasy points per game. He put up 28, 16, and 9 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Gavin Williams here versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. For a value catcher, Logan O'Hoppe from the Los Angeles Angels could be a great pick. With an ownership of only 3%, he's facing a middle-of-the-pack pitcher from Texas. O'Hoppe has a batting average of .242 and has put up 16, 5, and 18 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Logan O'Hoppe here versus the Texas Rangers. For first base, Yuli Gurriel from the Kansas City Royals offers some real value at just $2,100 DraftKings salary. He has a 21% batting advantage today against the Minnesota Twins pitcher. Gurriel has a .333 batting average for the season, so I like Yuli Gurriel here versus the Minnesota Twins. Lastly, to round out the outfield, consider Matt Wallner from the Minnesota Twins. He has a 65 dash rank and is facing the Kansas City Royals. Wallner has an OPS of .970 versus righties and scored 3, 16, and 8 fantasy points in his last 3 games. With only 1% ownership, he's a great sleeper pick. So I like Matt Wallner here versus the Kansas City Royals. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.